What's going on, guys? It's Tom here, and in this video today I want to talk to you about the difference between quality score and optimization score in Google Ads, because one of these can affect your campaigns in a very direct way, increasing your cost per click, giving you lower keyword positions, whereas the other one, to be honest, doesn't really have any direct impact on your campaign. So let's dive straight into it. Firstly, to begin with, let's talk about optimization score. So optimization score, you'll often see pop up as warnings on your account saying your optimization score has dipped below a certain percentage. You can also see it by setting it as a column within any of your campaign views, and this will be based on a percentage out of 100. Now, when you click on your optimization score, you'll see a screen like this where you're presented with recommendations. And that's exactly what your optimization score is. It's a series of AI-generated recommendations from Google based on the campaign objectives that you set initially when building out that campaign. Where this causes a lot of confusion, that if your optimization score dips below a certain percentage, that's not going to necessarily have any impact on your campaign whatsoever. You're not going to be penalized by Google. You're not going to start paying higher cost per clicks or anything like that. Another thing that I would highly recommend doing is when you come onto this recommendation screen, click on this auto apply button, and you'll just want to make sure that the recommendations, if you click on these drop downs, make sure that these aren't ticked, because what that means, if you've got all of these ticked, Google is going to automatically apply any of the recommendations in these particular areas when they come up. Now, again, sometimes if it's a valid recommendation, that might be useful. I've seen other Google Ads accounts where we've had very, very profitable campaigns. Google has then auto-applied recommendations, and it's completely sabotaged the results that those campaigns were getting. So I highly recommend to everyone, make sure auto-apply is off, and just manually check these recommendations yourself, or seek the advice of a professional if you're not sure what that recommendation means, or it's not going to be right for you, to determine whether or not it's worth applying or not. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is your quality score. Now, quality score is very different, and this can actually have a tangible impact on how your ads perform and also how much you're paying, because you'll see here, if you hover over quality score, it's basically looking at three main things. So what is the relevancy and congruency between the keyword you're targeting, the copy in the ad, and then the specific page that you are sending somebody to on your website. So if there is a kind of low congruency, so maybe you're targeting a particular keyword, but you don't have that exact keyword mentioned in your ad copy, or it's not clearly highlighted in one of the headings on your website, Google will actually give you a lower quality score. And as you'll see from the description here, you can end up being penalized with higher costs and also worse ad positions, so you're not showing up in those top placements, because ultimately Google doesn't want to impact the user experience, right? If you've got a page you're sending someone to from an ad and it's not relevant to what that ad is actually saying, then naturally Google doesn't want to create a bad user experience, so they're just not going to show your ad high up in the rankings. So this is actually a really important metric to look at. If you don't see this in your Google Ad account currently, all you need to do is come to your keyword, so keyword, search keywords that you're targeting, click on columns, modify columns, and you can then search for quality score, and you'll then see that appearing in your columns here. So from here, we can see that there are particular keywords in this campaign that might need our attention. So what we would want to do is look at the ad copy for this particular ad group and just make sure that we are using these keywords in the ads, and also making sure the destination URL that we are sending people to, it has this keyword. So if you run an e-commerce store, for example, this might look like sending them to a specific category page that has a title or a heading on that page that includes that keyword. If you're in the B2B space and maybe you're targeting specific services or specific industries, instead of just sending somebody through to your home page, send them through to a relevant industry page or a relevant service page where you're including that target keyword. You can also use dynamic keywords in the ads. Google will basically auto-create a headline for that ad based on what somebody has actually typed in and searched for. You do have to be careful with this because sometimes it can show false flags and it might actually be something that you don't even sell. So you'll want to make sure that you're not running this on like broad match campaigns where you've got an increased chance of your ad coming up with completely irrelevant copy. Next thing you need to be thinking about when it comes to optimizing your Google Ads campaigns is the post-click experience to make sure you're getting the best possible cost per conversion and results from your campaign. So in this next video coming up, I'm going to be showing you how to do exactly that. I'll see you there.